Now, this book, which is a book of your life, it's kind of told in this very easygoing, almost laconic style, where you're almost surprised that anyone's interested. Oh yeah, you're interested in my story. Me, Milind, I had a regular life. Like that's kind of the tone. That's kind of the tone in the book. But there are little nuggets that one didn't know about you. For example, you were enrolled in an RSS Shakha.
I knew you were going to ask me.
Of course, I was going to ask you. And you make it sound like it was like an extension of sports day at school.
It was.
So talk a little bit about that. How you can't reconcile the deeply politicized conversation around the RSS with your own experience.
Yes. Yeah. I can't reconcile it, but I understand it.
Yeah.
Now.
Yeah.
So at that time, I think the place where I grew up, which was Shivaji Park in Bombay, a very middle-class Hindu Maharashtrian neighborhood, a lot of the kids were enrolled in the RSS. Even my father was when he was a kid. So the enrollment was not to actually bring us up in terms of some political ideology, but just to make sure that we had the discipline as children. You know, we learned about discipline, we learned about sports.
But did your father have a political /
Not at all.
Maybe Hindutva ideology?
Not at all, not at all. I mean, he had this pride about being a Hindu, of course. I don't see anything about it. I'm proud to be an Indian.
You have a sentence in there where you said that I don't see any reason to be overly proud about it. I don't see any reason to be embarrassed about it.
I see nice things and bad things in every religion. I see nice things and bad things in every group and every clan and every society. And so for me, it's up to me to pick up the good things.
So how old are you when you're at the Shakha?
I must have been about 9 or 10.
And how long do you stay
in Until I was 11, probably.
And do the kids ever have a conversation?
Like I'm an undercover agent.
How
long were you in
No, I'm just trying to understand.
What did they ask?
I'm 9 years old enough to say, okay, what is the Shakha? What is the RSS? So I'm sure you kids had those conversations.
So I'll tell you exactly how it was. So there was a kind of meeting in the evening at about 6 o'clock where we would all salute the flag. And after that, we would play games. Because there was no lecture or any kind of discussion or debate or anything like that. It was just games, right? And then we would go to camps. I had been to 2 or 3 camps that they had where there were thousands of children together. And there would be addresses. But the addresses were basically on how to be a model citizen. And that again had nothing to do with racism or politics or anything like that. Like what a model citizen would do. Like you should respect your elders and you should pick up garbage and stuff like that.
It's like a moral science class in school.
And then you must be self-dependent, independent, those kind of things, which definitely I believe in completely.
So when you grew older and perhaps started reading about the RSS and politics and were exposed to all of that, did you look back at your time at that Shakha differently?
No, it was what it was. I mean, that's all it was.
Did you enjoy it?
I enjoyed it very much. And in fact, even the people that I met, the older people who were there to take care of the children, they were all really, really nice people. And in fact, through generations, like I know the people that I would look up to over there and who were kind of taking care of those shakhas and all of that, their parents were friends with my parents. And they were all had a kind of history with the RSS. And they were all really nice.
Now, you spoke...
I think that it got political down the line, maybe. Because I don't think at that time I noticed anything.
Or maybe...
Or even my father mentioned anything, or his friends mentioned anything.
That's what I was going to ask you. There are conversations around the dining table at home.
Not at all.
When they were about the Shakha, there was no politics coupled with it at all.
Not at all. And I think I've always been quite aware of what's happening around me. And I didn't see any of that.
So today when you read... the fierce debate, supporters and critics of the RSS both equally vocal.
Yes. I think it's possible that the RSS has become more political. I think so. I think maybe not at that time. And they may have had political interests and they may have had parties that were representing them in politics. But I don't think that they themselves were political at all. And that's what I saw reflected in the activities that we did.